Welcome to Ramblin through Dave's Garden. With the remnants of Hurricane Ian expected to drop a few inches of rain on the garden, this area would have been under a couple inches of water a year ago. In late autumn, I removed a section of grass, installed the granite pavers, but mounded the soil, lined the edges with small boulders. This has kept the area dry. Starting this spring, started planting, and which has continued through just recent days, and certainly will continue probably for years to come. Today, I am starting an exciting new addition to this area of the lower rear garden, and that is a rock garden. That is not really within my expertise, but we're going to give it a go. And what this will entail is bringing in more of the small boulders to match the group that is already here, backfilling instead of soil, which in some of the areas I have mixed some gravel in the soil that has proved inadequate for several of the rock garden type plants that I've plugged into some of the niches between boulders. I will plant this in a predominantly mix of gravel as the soil, and we will see how this goes. Now, it will be an exciting adventure. I look forward to seeing how things do over the next year. Some of the plants will be transplanted from other parts of the garden. Some will be ordered and brought in. So again, this will be an exciting addition to the garden, and I hope you'll join me in watching the installation and then follow through over the next year as we show the results of the planting. So thank you for joining, watching Ramblin through Dave's Garden, and we will get started. Grass bordering the granite paver path was removed and a few inches of soil excavated to improve drainage in this area. It was once quite damp before trenches were dug a year ago. The soil was graded to drain freely, which was confirmed by a few inches of rain from the remnants of the hurricane. Small boulders were used that matched ones already bordering the raised garden. I would prefer much larger stones rising several feet above the soil, but I planned this narrow space for the rock garden, so small boulders were required to fit the scale of the area. I situate the boulders in their most natural position and stabilize them with small flat stones before they're secured with the backfill. Instead of soil, the boulders are backfilled with a free draining mix of gravel, smaller gravel chips, and a small percentage of sand. The gravel backfill is not as deep as I prefer, and the area beneath is slightly damp, so no native soil was used that would whip moisture up towards plants that require dry conditions. The plants installed in the crevices between stones are primarily succulents, suburbians, and ice plants that prefer very dry conditions. The planting will slowly mature, but a few perennials will grow a bit faster, and these should make a decent show by next year. In the lower areas that border the path, a mix of compost and gravel was used to plant dwarf bonda grass and coral bell that will tolerate more moisture. Thank you for visiting Ramblin Through Dave's Garden and for following along as this modest rock garden has been constructed. I hope you'll drop by again to see how the rock garden is progressing.